What is good, guys? What's going down? It's your boy, Ian Walker, here with a brand new stream this week. I am going to be doing some sketch cards right now, some Pantheon related sketch cards, and then a few, uh, fan art related sketch cards too to put up in my store. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. I hope everybody had a good weekend, whatever. You guys had a good weekend, good week, whatever. If you guys are catching me later, leave a comment below if you had a good weekend or not. Put a thumbs up or heck yeah, that's what I did. I had a good weekend. Went to go hang out with some friends in Houston. Met some friends that I usually hang out with online for the first time. It was really cool. So, yeah, it was good times, really good times. Got me fired up to start doing that work, man. Start doing that work. So now I'm going to switch to the other camera that I have here because I want to get started right away. No games, no shenanigans. Let's get started on this artwork here. I may need to do a little bit more adjusting as we go on. I have to work close to the camera, seeing what kind of angle that I got here. But let's go ahead and bring that other camera in. Switch that up. And here we are, people. All right. You guys see that okay? All right. So if there's any of you in the chat right now over on Twitch, thank you so much for joining me. If you are not subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe if you'd like. If you find that any of the work that I'm doing here brings some value to you. If you're on YouTube, thank you again so much for joining me as well. Hit the like button. Hit the, if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I appreciate you joining me though, no matter what. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm doing a little bit of some, like I said, some sneak preview stuff. Things that I'm doing with Pantheon are going to be now moved over to my Patreon page. I'm going to be doing some more behind the scenes stuff over there. So if you're somebody that likes to see the creative process behind a comic book and following along with the Pantheon story, you're going to need to go ahead and sign up for the Patreon that I have, because all things Pantheon will be there, and I'm going to put all that stuff there, and you guys get access to some fun and cool stuff as well. So before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and put that link in the chat. Let's see here. So patreon.com/IDWalkerArt. Like I said, all things Pantheon will be there. And also, two members of the Patreon are also, when I come out with some special artwork, I will make that available to you guys, whether you guys want to have that. Well, it'll be digital, but also send out physical prints to you as well. All of these things are a thank you for joining me and for being a supportive support for Pantheon. Okay, so I'm gonna do a regular black and white sketch card tonight. Got them on my one of a kind. You can see here on the screen. My sketch cards here. I love sketch cards. They're super fun to do. So you know that this is an authentic sketch card. You can see this backing on here. It's so sexy. So that is the deal there. So I got my trusty pencils here. You guys like my shirt? If there's any Office fans here, you guys see my shirt. There's Beats Battlestar Galactica, because it does. What I think I want to do is I'm going to create a sketch card with one of the characters here in the story with his mask on. It's going to be a simple sketch card, nothing too nuts, nothing too insane. And let's see here. Like so. Hey. So how was everybody's weekend? Anybody had anything exciting happen or anything like that? You guys did something that was cool? Let me know in the chats. Right. So this is going to be kind of the first time you guys are going to be seeing these guys. This is a sketch card of a Demosian soldier. They definitely play a huge part in the story. And in this particular arc, or not so much in this arc, you get introduced to them, you see them. But the next arc, you'll definitely see more of them. And you'll get a taste of what they are, what they represent to the storyline. I'm going to take some artistic liberties. It's my character, I can do that. Very easy peasy. These guys aren't really that hard to draw. They're just very straightforward characters. For my sake, I have to have things simple. I mess around here and have things that are way too complicated. I mess around here and forget what they look like. Oh, how do I do that? And then I go back and draw them all incorrectly. Because then my idea, since I forgot what they look like, I'm now trying to, come up and draw them differently and come up with a new idea when that's not even what I'm supposed to be doing. So I like a lot of simplicity when it comes to my designs on my sketch cards here. So what I want to do in the chat right now is if right now, like I said, I'm drawing this Demosian soldier here right now, but I am going to do some fan art sketch cards as well. So there's one sketch card I'm definitely going to do tonight. I'm going to do a My Hero Academia version of Star and Stripe, my version of that. But the other card, I'm not sure who I want to draw. So that being said, if there's somebody that you guys would like to see me take on or as a sketch card, let me know in the chat. And give me a suggestion in the chat, and we'll go from there. If you're on Facebook Live watching me, or if you're on Twitch, go ahead and do the same thing. Taking all the suggestions. Most of the foot soldiers look more than what they are. That's the point. I wanted them to be simple yet still menacing at the degree. Here. Darken that in. Looks there. So now if any of you were wondering what does the Demelzian soldier look like, well, there you go. There it is. I'm realizing your boy needs to get a white pen. I have a gel pen here. And wait for the ink to dry a little bit. One of the worst mistakes you can make when you do these sketch cards, especially when you got the inks going on here. If you don't wait for that ink to dry, you try to keep going over that stuff, man, it's going to bleed you out. And it is so annoying. When that smears up and it just ruins everything. You got to figure out a way to, to fix it and everything. It's a headache. Big time headache. Seeing if I want to do kind of like a star background or something like that. I know I do want it to be a black background, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have Ohuhu markers. Ohuhu. That's what I'm currently using. And as you can see, I'm doing a little bit more spacing on this from the character because Ohuhu does tend to bleed a little bit. And so what I'm doing is I'm leaving some room for that to bleed out a little bit more towards the character, because unfortunately it will do that. But if it goes out toward it, it won't hit the character fully. Right here, small outline there. Probably one of these sketch cards I'll probably put in a mystery pack for one of the orders that went out, the pre-orders for Pantheon. And just in case you guys don't know, just as a reminder, March 31st is the last day that you can pick up your copy, or pre-order your copy of Pantheon #1. Those proofs have been re-examined, corrections made, and will be resubmitted on the 1st of April to go out for actual final printing. So, to be those official issues. So, if you want to get yourself a copy of that, of Pantheon #1, you guys will need to go to my website, theartofandywalker.com, and go ahead and, it's there in the shop. You just click on the link for Pantheon, and it's right there. Your name will be put on that list. Pre-orders that I have, you can get it there. All right. All right, so the blacks there are in here, like so. I'm going to be using this black again, so let's see here. Actually, let's see if I just hear that now. Just gonna allow me to. It is very nice. So this week I'm going to be putting out a new video on my YouTube, a new vlog. If you guys haven't seen it already, I did a video last week, a vlog. Last week it was called Just Do It. I was talking about it, focusing on the merits of getting your project done and out there to the public, and not allowing any kind of procrastination stop you from getting that dream project that you had done. And I spoke on some points a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I think it would benefit my fellow creators out there if I kind of went a little bit deeper into what is meant when I talk about that, and one by one. So my vlogs for my next couple vlogs are gonna focus on those things, and I really want to kind of drive home how important it is to the points that I mentioned about just getting the project done, not waiting for the perfect time, not waiting for other people, or waiting for encouragement to get your project done, and most importantly, not thinking about what other people are doing. I'm gonna go by each of those for the next couple of vlogs. I'm gonna focus on that. It's super important, and I really want to make sure that I drive those points home for any creators that might be struggling out there to do something, done. So I'm hoping that it'll be of some use and will be of some benefit to some people. Okay, so this is where we're at right now so far. My Demosian Soldier sketch card. This is looking pretty cool, in my opinion. I'm gonna set this to the side and let this ink dry before I go in with the grays or any of the warm colors that I want to do. The next one here, I'm gonna go on the internet. I'm gonna actually use my phone. I want to keep in case the comments pop off or something like that, I want to be able to respond quickly. So we got some Pinterest. I'm gonna go on Pinterest, my favorite, to look at source, material. Did I read Pinterest with you? I sure did. It's Pinterest. Chauncey. What's up, man? How's it going? You missed my card here. I'm going to show you my card real quick. This is a sketch card I'm working on. It's Demosian Soldier from my book, from my story. And right now, I'm about to do a Star and Stripe from MHA. because I love Star and Stripe. It's going. I'm at work. Oh, okay. Man, thanks for hopping in, bro. I really appreciate that, dude. I know work be a rough one to get into, to be in to support your boy, but I appreciate you popping in. Make sure you hit the like button on this, dog. And I see your boy. Hey, and I see you, man. I see you. I want you to be great and stay great, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna put my own spin here on Star and Stripe. It's gonna be recognizable. You gotta know it's Star and Stripe. But I'm gonna put my own little own on that. God, I can't tell you how much I love this character. And they talked about her from the beginning, and we never got to see her. I don't know if you guys are watching My Hero right now, but it is fire. She's actually one of the characters I'm gonna do as a portrait of. So all right. Yeah. Doing some of the work for her right now, the sketching. In the book, she's a little bit more masculine-esque, which is fine. But I do like my ladies a little bit more feminine. So, uh, I'm gonna where it comes to my spin, I'm gonna try to make her a little bit more softer. But I'm not gonna do too much to where it's, like I said, unrecognizable. Keep making moves all day, bro. All day, every day, making moves, man. That's all I can do. All I can do. I need to put on my glasses because migraines start bothering me. So pardon me. I turn into a professor before your very eyes. I need to use the glasses cleaner that I got in my car. But it's in my car. I won't got the time to go and grab it. So it's just going to smooth job. Okay. All right. Professor. All right, guys. So now Just like before, I'm going to go in with the inks for this one. After I'm done with this, oh, Chauncey, before you go, and anyone else in the chat, I'm going to do another sketch card. So I would like to get a suggestion for what this third sketch card could be. I'm going to be putting these two in the store, and this one is going to be in the it'll probably be a giveaway that I put in one of the pre-orders as a surprise to whoever pre-orders my comic book. So, but I wanted to get a suggestion from you, who you think I should do on this particular sketch card. Professor W. The School for Architects. That's funny. That is funny. So throw in your suggestion in the chat, and see who you think would be cool. You just gave me an idea, though. I'm gonna put it in the chat though, so in the our contender chat, and see what everyone thinks of the idea. I'm gonna put that in the chat once I get off here tonight. See what everybody thinks. Yeah. I think it'd be super fun. About the idea that I have. right. While in these stores. Take a smaller size thing here. Just keep that out of the way. So. Beautiful, beautiful. What was that question again about the card? For the third sketch card that I'm going to do, give me a suggestion as to who it should be. Because this star and stripe, and the third sketch card is going to go up in my store for sale. So I did want to do like a fan art type sketch card. So if you have a suggestion as to who it should be, that'd be great. We're at thus far. We continue. Mm. Just get some more black lines. Go ahead and pick it up. Let's line out here some. This here, those of you that are coming in and watching, again, I appreciate you guys so much. Right now, I'm doing a sketch called A Star and Stripe, the My Hero Academia manga. Huge fan right here of that show. Okay. Oh my god. Juice in this stuff. Yes. Yes, we do. Excuse me. Here, so. She's like the female All Might described in the manga. And I don't know, her whole look and everything to me is so cool. MHA makes it very hard to pick a favorite and stick with it, you know. They make it very hard. They make everybody so stinking cool in the stories, you know. Star and Stripe is another one of those that is my favorite. Reading the manga, knowing who she is, what her quirk is, her powers. If you guys are not reading My Hero, definitely look it up. I hail that book as the greatest superhero story ever told. DC, Marvel cannot and will never hold a candle to My Hero Academia, as far as I'm concerned. There's just nothing like it, and they're just, it won't. There's no way. The character development, the stories, everything. It's so on point, you know. And everything about it, just love it. So that is what I think I want to do for this one is draw kind of in that same vein of that here. I'm debating kind of draw the stripes. I'm debating if I should draw them in the same direction as she's facing, or if I should in the opposite direction to kind of frame it. I'm not sure. Um, Something's telling me. Because I don't want to take away from the drawing at all, but I do want to put some sort of background on it. So I want it to be a pattern. You're I'm gonna draw it this way. So, so then we'll make sure I keep space for my skip. You know. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Yes. Yes. Star Strike. Very simple. Nothing too crazy. But I like it a lot. Put some lips on. Because again, I like my girls to be feminine. I'll put some lips back on real quick. Yay! Yay! This time on this one, get this one here. Yes, look at that in the white. A little bit. And I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Storm? Okay. So I'm gonna go back to this one here and input some of that gray tone. I don't know. I like keeping a kit full of my black and white and gray tone markers because it just, easy access for everything, which is cool. So let's do this here. When you can click dots in the background of this one. That would be fun. Some Kirby crackles. That's what we'll work on right here. Real quick. 5628. So I might just do these two sketch cards because I really do want to do a little bit of work on Pantheon 2 on the live tonight. Kind of as a promotional thing because I do want you guys to take a glimpse a little bit into my process and show you what's going on. And if there's any questions anybody has, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Right now I'm in the middle of recording a course for comic book creation, and so I'm really all about wanting to help everybody out. Get their questions answered if they have any regarding comic books and all of that stuff. So I'm more than I'll be here. We have people fly that keep bothering me. Keep getting all up in my portal. It's annoying. wait for this to dry a little bit as well. No, it's kind of cool, right? Another thing that I see a lot of artists use is those acrylic pens, the Posca markers. They seem like they're pretty cool too. I mean, I have some, but I don't want to use any on this particular card here. I'm just going to stick with what I got going on here. Right. So. This. Looking good. Looking good. Okay. Look cool here. Now we'll go ahead and take the pen here. Just a little. All right. Got that there. Good. And Slim Jim, hey, thank you. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. This is a Demosian soldier from my comic book series. Pantheon. So I'm doing a sketch card of that. This will be given to a random person who pre-orders my comic book. So yeah, so that's it there. Earlier, I just did a drawing of Star and Stripe from My Hero Academia. So and I did that one too. This is going to go up on my website after the stream tonight for sale for anybody that wants to see it. All right. So I was going to do 3 cards, but no one gave the suggestion, and that's fine because the second part tonight, I'm doing some thumbnails for my comic book here. So, which is cute. So you guys bear with me just a moment. I'm just going to keep these here so you guys can marvel at it. It'll be like, ah! And if you guys decide you want to purchase one, let me know. Again, in the chat, just kind of to reiterate everything, what I'm going to be showing you is behind the scenes stuff that's mostly only going to be seen on my Patreon, patreon.com/idwalkerart. All things Pantheon, which is my personal project, my graphic novel comic book, as well as my fan art and all things like that, showing you how I go about my process. And in the future art course that I'm actually putting together, the comic book course that I'm putting together, it's all going to be there. And then that's patreon.com, so I'll put that in the chat right now, as well as any art merchandise and things like that. If you want to pre-order my comic book, Pantheon, that is also in my website. I'm going to put that website in the chat right now as well, so that you guys can go there now while I'm on a small pause to switch over to my iPad, and you can continue and start on with that. I really encourage you guys to ask me questions regarding the comic book process, because I do want to answer your questions. But if it's something that you guys continue to want to learn, to know, it's going to be a really good idea for you guys to get on to the Patreon and sign up for that. So let me go ahead and stop rambling and put the address first for the Patreon here. And then I'm going for my website. So easy, theartofandywalker.com. You guys can get all my merch there, my prints, and also original art pieces, also my paintings, ranging from both Afrocentric and superhero style artwork as well, pop culture art as well. So it's a lot of stuff there. It's a little slim right now, but we gonna make it happen. It's gonna be good. So give me a quick second. I'm gonna go ahead and remove. Oh, you know what? I'm missing something. Accidentally double clicked on it. All right. I've been doing a lot of traditional art lately, so that's been kind of taking over a little bit. So doing the switcheroos back and forth. Things. Okay. Stop the extra camera. Now we're going to come over here and share screen. Yes. Yes. All right. So, let me switch this around so it's a bigger screen. And one of the things is that I had a one of the things here on Procreate here, they have, I believe they do, a share screen option, and I stumbled across it the other day, and I'm not, and I'm like, I found it, but now I can't find it anymore. So that's a little annoying. But hey, it is what it is. All right, guys. So this is what I have so far. These are the two thumbnails that I've been working on for Pantheon issue 2. Very rough, very nothing solid or solidified here. Let me change this. There we go. Nothing crazy here. Okay, so turn off. I gotta turn off that mode. So I don't mess around. If I forget to turn off my low power mode, the screen will shut off every once in a while. That ain't no good. Anyway, so I got some of the word balloons here. This so far I am on. I just finished up page 10. And so right now I'm going to be working on the rest of the pages. As you guys can see here, I have them grouped up. This is my process of how I do my comic book thumbnails when I'm putting something together here. And I'll be going over this more in my comic book creation course that I'm putting together, because I show you my method of how I go about doing it. Again, it's not in stone that you have to do the same thing, but this is just how I like to do it. What I'm going to end up doing after I'm done with the thumbnails, I'm going to import these images over to Clip Studio, and then start drawing on the thumbnails there, doing the main sketch and shoring everything up to bring it to that comic book. That comic way that I'm looking for. So I just finished page 10, so I wanted to go ahead and do page 11 and 12. So again, if you guys have any questions about anything, if you guys want to know something, please know you're not bothering me. It's not a problem. This is a place where you can ask whatever questions you might have, whether it's comic related or, just any other type of anything else related that you might be curious about. Partner crime water. Don't go without life without having water. Water solves all the problems. All right. So, page 10, I would generally have the screen up where the script is, but I have it here with me. Why? I don't want to give away that. And again, like I said, I'm going to be putting it up on the course. So, yeah, but this is just a little taste. Do you have any published works? I have a published work a very long time ago. I'm the creator of White Ninja guy. You might not have heard of it. I never heard of it. But I did like a one-shot comic before, self-published, same studio, through Obsidian Studios, my own company. I relaunched the company, and now Pantheon is that book that I'm working on. Let me show you here. Oh, this is it. Making me angry. So this, let me go ahead and switch this around so I can get a better view. So this is my comic book here. This is the proof copy. Get it out of there. foul on this. So this is the proof copy of my comic book Pantheon here. It's a black and white book. Has it's a black and white manga, like manga American fusion. That's kind of what I was going for when I created this book. So some of the pages with the cameras being wonky with me right now, and I don't appreciate it. I look like a ghostess. Let's keep it back here. There we go. The more closer I try to get, it gets more wonky. Anyway, these are some of the preview pages of that book here. So, I'm doing pre-orders right now for the comic book. I fixed up the mistakes and everything like that, and did some adjustments to the dialogue. Fixed up some page corrections and stuff like that to send off to the printer. That will be sent off to the printer on the 1st of April to then make sure it's delivered out to everybody who's pre-ordered the book by the end of May. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell everybody right now. If you want a copy, go ahead, pre-order it on my website, the artofmeindyouwalker.com, and then you get yourself a copy too. I'm proud of the work, and I'm very excited to tell the story. So this will be the flagship title of Obsidian Studios, and there's going to be more to come. There's more story arcs to come and all that, but that's where we're at. And issue 2 is going to be positive. Okay, let me go ahead and switch back here. Just the screen back. First, I didn't like that. I'm gonna keep it like this. Alright, so page. So we're working on page 11. So again, as I do my work, I do my best to try to use certain references. Sorry, I don't know why I have a brain fart today. Use certain references to kind of get the idea of what I want to do. And Pinterest is a good resource for that. So I always encourage artists to use Pinterest to get that going. So okay. So for this one, I kind of want to do so right now when I do this that I kind of do headline arrangement as well. With the first issue, that I recall, I really played it safe. And this time I'm kind of wanting to push myself as far as panels are concerned, as far as panel arrangement. Kind of have a nice flow to what I'm doing and making it easier for the reader to kind of direct their eyes on where they need to go. So this is not a mangaka. It's just a fusion of a style, so it has that black and white manga type of deal, but it doesn't read like a manga. So when you get this book, don't worry, you ain't gotta teach yourself how to read from right to left or nothing like that. I know there's some American artists that like that. I think it's a little crazy. That's just on a personal level. And that's no disrespect to the other, the mangaka creators out there that like to do that, but why make it harder for your reader to read your story? I don't see it as necessary. I don't see it as I don't. So if anybody's watching over on the YouTubes, if you like what you're seeing tonight, make sure you hit that like button. I don't ask for subscribers anymore, not because I don't want them, but it's just I know subscribing, can sometimes take up a lot. It's almost kind of like this crazy commitment. If I want people to subscribe, I'd rather them subscribe over to my Patreon page. That way, there's constant content, and they don't have to go searching for it or whatever. It's just delivered right to them, and you get a bunch of stuff there. But if there's something that you like and you think it's interesting to help somebody, if you're on the YouTube, click that like button, a thumbs up, and share it with somebody that you think it's cool, you can benefit from it, something like that. I appreciate that. I would appreciate that as well. There's just a little PSA for that. I may come back to these thumbnails as I continue going through the book, because what I like to do is I like to draw when I'm, make the plans. Sometimes I'll make a few of them and figure out what I want to do. Seeing this now, I get kind of like, with it, but I'll worry about that later. As I create these thumbnails, I try to think in my brain about movie scenes, like certain movie stills, and try to kind of put that in my head. It's a very good idea when you're creating comic books to watch a lot of movies and very dramatic, like action shows and more dramatic shows, because they kind of give you those shots that you could possibly use in your books that can make things more dynamic. So in my head, I'm always going through and thinking about, certain movies and things like that. I have a hard time with this for some reason. It's a very simple thing. You just follow somebody into the ship, into the spaceship. That's it. Let me go ahead and draw up my perspective line and try to get an idea. Need to do that sometimes also. I want to make this more of a dynamic angle. So the floor is going to be here, walking straight up and down this way. My characters facing up and down that way. sure you're on the right layer at all times. Let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to add another layer. And the more extreme I want to make that. I want him to be shocked and amazed at what he's seeing. While this dude's walking into a spaceship for the first time. You never seen nothing like it, man. I want him to have that shock there. Again, this is not the last, but again, I mean, not the final step. This is just giving me a baseline as to how I'm going to, put together all my things. Great. That looks good. That is what I'm looking for. So what I'll do is I'll go in and get some reference on how to, getting, some spaceship backgrounds or interiors or something like that to worry about there. But what's important in this phase is getting the perspective right on this. Again, if that is not correct, it's going to show. Yeah, and I think a lot of times, a lot of the indie comics kind of waffle on that a little bit to their own detriment. So I will worry about getting stuff like that and figuring out the perspective of that later, or not the perspective, but the interiors of that later. I just want to set the stage, set where the characters are and what's going on to tell the story effectively. So you get to see a little dialogue. Move that around a little bit too, so you guys can see some of that. Do that on this on a different layer. Actually, this first part of the dialogue is going to go before, so I'm just going to write the dialogue in here while I figure it out. This here. Okay, so again, setting up my word balloons, your special effects here. Okay, then trailing down to the characters that I'm going to eventually put in here somewhere, and then begin directing the reader's eyes there, to then now bringing them down over here. It's all going to be a rhythm. I want this to be very flowy. I do that very intentionally, especially with the second issue. There's a lot of mistakes that I made. I want to show that I've learned from those mistakes. I want to correct any of those mistakes in there. As this book goes on, I want to get progressively better and better. So there's a lot of things that intentionally that I'm doing to make sure that, I accomplish what I'm looking to do. So back here to finish up some of this here. So, and the first time in issue 1, I didn't write in the dialogue here, and that was a mistake too, because I noticed there were things that were pretty cluttered. I just drew the pictures and then fit as much of the dialogue around what I had already drawn. This time, I wanted to rectify that mistake by making sure that I wrote in the dialogue along with the thumbnails, so I could do all the rearranging and fitting beforehand, so that then when I made the drawings, I know where everything's going to go, and it just looks better. It just looks more cleaner and much tighter. So. Of course, this is not how the words are going to look in the book. Okay, let's continue there. See, as I'm doing this and writing in the dialogue, I already realized I did something wrong. I did something wrong. I gotta add some more. I gotta add some more boxes to the side page. So this is why it's great to do the thumbnails, because now I can just move stuff around. So I'm gonna finish the dialogue here, and then I will be able to just move things around here, and you guys can watch me do that. Okay. So look at this. I think I'm gonna change that out here. Change this first. Let me see this first panel. I might keep that the same actually. I'm actually going to erase these because it's not going to go like this. I don't like these. I don't like the position of these panels. They're so static. They're so static. Very mid. They're just not exciting at all. And that's a hard thing to do sometimes when doing a comic book, where you're kind of doing a mix between American style with a manga feel. Manga comics are very efficient, very simple paneling. But what I love about American comics is that dynamic paneling and stuff. It does make it hard for the flow sometimes, but I think it's very cool. It's very captivating for the reader. It just makes something new on the page every time. This bottom part, I'm very happy with this. This is just something that might have to be squozed in or condensed down, if you will. So actually, I know that that's what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that segment and I'm going to shrink that down here. I'm going to put that here like that. Just like this. We're going to go to the dialogue section here. Move that here. Because I know that's what I want. Because this part I'm satisfied with. This bottom section, it's a good dynamic angle, and I really want to keep that. What I will do here is pick one. So that here. Here. Because I think that would be cool. Go back to dialogue here. This is off the panel where characters ask that. Kind of very intense. On the headshot here. This is dialogue. I'm drawing on that layer. I'm going to kind of look to the side. I don't want to show his whole face, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it where we'll see his mouth and his mouth and his nose and his mouth. Right here. I'm doing way too much here, but I'm doing this because for me, I just gotta see. There's that. And that just, to me, just makes it more epic. Like that. These bottom two panels, happy with that. Happy with that. It's these two in between. You know, the door's opening here. So maybe I could just keep it simple. That's not where I need to be. Be mindful of your layers, guys. You're not comfy and mess around and go wrong on a long path all the time. Door opens. Okay, let's get the kids. Flip it like this. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Give it a little bit of space there. Let's take this dialogue here. Yeah. I know I want it right here. So I'm going to kind of give it some breathing. So here. Let's go back up to the dialogue here. Move that over that here. There. Right there. Okay. All right. See, you would think that scribbling some pages together would, just, I just do this. Easy, lemon squeeze. No, not at all. Not at all. It takes a lot. It's actually a lot more work than you might think, and especially if you want to get it right. You could do the basic blue, 5, 6 panel page, and just do the basic deals. But if you're wanting something that's going to be dynamic and panels that tell a story, yeah, you're gonna need to do more. You're gonna need to do more. I'm looking at this more too. I feel like a little bit bigger also. There we go. That's a lot better. Very nice. I can move over some of the balloons and stuff like that. But again, these are thumbnails. Your thumbnails are going to be your guide to, as to how you want to set up your page. Okay, so again, keep that in mind. Sometimes while you're drawing through, you're going to find something that might work out a little bit better, and you can just draw that in. These are just a guide. They're not the end all be all. So, just remember that when you're, if ever you find it when you're making your comic book pages. Okay, give yourself that freedom to go outside of what you've already initially planned. Usually, what I used to do when I did I'm to this point, and then I'll probably shut down for the night. What I would do when I did thumbnails is I would do a bunch of pages of the same, do a bunch of versions of the same page, pick and choose what I liked out of each one, and then create one final thumbnail page. I found that sometimes took a bit longer than it needed to be to create a thumbnail page, and so I just started really just trying to push myself to make myself stay on the same page, and just work on it and work at it until I got what I was looking for. So sometimes that's something that, on a personal level, that's something I had to do. Depending on the way that you like to work on your comic books, if you want to do it that way, that's up to you. But there's just going to be different methods of doing it. In the course, I'm going to go through those different methods in more detail. I'll give you more information. This is why I work that way at the beginning, why I no longer work that way. I'm all about speed and efficiency, so that's one of the major reasons. You spend too much time on one thing, you end up overdoing it sometimes and completely mess it up. I've done that many a time. Being an overthinker and a perfectionist, those habits have gotten me a lot of mess ups and a lot of frustration. So I'm really teaching myself to just, don't sweat this small stuff. Just get what you can done. The most important thing is done. So anyways, that is my process for doing thumbnails for a comic book. I hope the information was informative to you. If you have any questions, if you're on Instagram, not Instagram, if you're on Facebook or YouTube's, go ahead and leave a question in the comment. I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. I am on Instagram at ID Walker Art, so I'm going to post a picture of this there, and also, if you want to go ahead and leave a comment there or question from you can do that as well. So this is a small taste of what's going to be on the Patreon site. that you sign up for. So I really implore you that if you got some value out of this, and you want to learn more, and you want to be first in line to get into the comic book creation course that I'm putting together, as well as getting a first look for others of my project here, Pantheon, the first look at the webcomic, and first dibs on unique artwork and prints that I create, join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. Patreon.com/IDWalkerArt. I'm there. I critique your art in the Discord feed that I also have available. It's gonna really be worth it. And like I said, I'm really trying to push and steer everybody in that direction, so that I can be more able to help. To help other artists that are aspiring to do more with their work. Okay. So again, Patreon.com/IDWalkerArt. You're following me here on YouTube. So hit a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with somebody that might like it. If you're on Twitch, please subscribe. Do some bits, some tips, or whatever you can if you like. And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and join in the group. Love to have you. And do the same thing there. Okay. And follow me on Instagram. I answer all my questions. I talk to all my fans and all of that. So you never have to worry about me not answering or whatever. That's a part of my work too, communicating with you guys. So don't hesitate to do that. Okay. So I thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I will be back on here. I'll be back here streaming. Leave on Saturday. I'm gonna have more of a steadier schedule. So Mondays and Saturdays, or Monday to Sundays, just depending on how the days are looking, the weekends are looking. I'll be on regularly to do some streaming here with you guys. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys spending time, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay? Take care of yourselves and each other. Guys, have a good one.